Welcome everyone to round 3 of Cairns Cup. This is the post-game show where we show you the highlights of today's games. My name is Katerina Nemcova and I am here with Almira, Skripchenko and Paikidze. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna start with the standings after day 3. So we still have a sole leader, Alice Lee, who drew today, but she managed to win 2 of the previous games, so she's 2.5 points. And then there is a 3-way tie for the second place. Hampi Koneru, Harika Dronavali and Alina Kashtinskaya with 2 points. And as you see, everybody scored some points because Maria Muzichuk managed to make a draw, so she's now tied for a 9th place with Nino Batsaishvili. Now a big game, the only win today, it's about Carissa. Carissa took some risks. She started with 2 blacks and today she had white, so she really wanted to start to strike back. But she was close to regretting her risky decisions because Nino Batsaishvili nicely sacrificed the knight and was really close to winning. But then she miscalculated, missed this beautiful move by Carissa, King F1, and lost the game. Let's take a look.
Let's have a look at the sequence of the moves that caused this blunder.
So this was the position.
I think we have a video, so let's just take a look.
Yes.
So capturing that pawn, knight captures F2. Sacrificing a knight to damage kind of the pawn structure, the safety of the white king. You have to capture the pawn.
Queen H2 check.
And after this,
taking the advantage of the fact that the knight is pinned, of course. So.
Cannot capture the queen, the knight is pinned. And now, big move. Oh, immediately playing King E3, which is the big mistake. Not even taking seconds to write down the move Queen H2 check. Carissa already decided to play that.
That this position is completely lost.
Wow, she's capturing pawn on
She took
G3.
the wrong pawn. She
Not
took
the pawn on
wrong
B2.
pawn. Now it's not even -1, it's less than -0.3.
It's
Incredible.
really a big missed opportunity. So quickly, this game, if you are just coming to see it, it started kind of with Italian, but Carissa was trying to push for some advantage. She started on the queen side, pieces were exchanging, nothing that interesting happening, but then suddenly we started showing how Nino started to attack with the knight and trying to attack on the king side. Carissa was trying to exchange queens, and I think this is going to be the important moment when Carissa risked. Queen takes c7, it's a very risky decision, allowing Nino to play queen g6 to attack this pawn on g2. And after g3, knight captures. Now we have few more moves and you see that it's black who is starting to attack on the king. Now queen d7, and now this move. Knight takes f2, very strong move. King captures, followed by queen h2. And now Carissa had to play king f1 to keep balance in the position and try to survive. Instead, she played king e3, a big blunder, and here Nino could have captured on b2 all the way here, and she's keeping a big advantage. She still needs to transfer it into a full win, but it is big advantage. Instead, she blunders also and goes queen takes g3, rook f1, and one blunder follows another, g5, big mistake. And after king e2, it is actually Carissa who is winning, and third blunder follows, after which rook g1, the game is over, and Carissa is winning this game.
I heard the
and we have a handshake.
Yes,
congratulations to Carissa, her first win, her first white pieces in the event, and she got that important win.
Hasn't started well for you. You did get the double black. That's always kind of like a little bit awkward. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I kind of like that I get the double black out of the way.
Okay.
Definitely a little disappointed with, for example, my first round game, which I felt I should have held, but it's just it was a very long game, and Harika played well, and she found like every
breakthrough,
every try.
Right.
And yeah, and then the pressure just got to me. So I was a little disappointed in that game because I've been, defending for so long for that half point, only for it to just slip through my fingers.
Right.
But I'm feeling better with this win.
Yes.
For sure, I think luck comes and goes. little bit. So,
Well, let's hope with this victory you right the ship, and good luck for the rest of the tournament.
thank you so much.
Absolutely, Carissa. Hope to interview you again real soon.
Hope so as well.
Okay, back to you in studio.
What a wonderful interview. And Nazi, what game do you have in store for us?
Thank you, Almira. I'm going to go over the game between Bibisara and Tanjongi. Tapsi Tanjongi playing with the black pieces, and she chose a very solid opening, the Petrov defense. Not a very exciting opening for us, as you can see. They both knew the opening very well, so they ended up in a very equal position. I'm just going to show you a critical moment. On move 27, this is the first time that we criticized Tanjongi here on her move Rook d6. It still keeps the endgame equal, but it's kind of unnatural to not play King f7. King just cuts off white rook from ever entering the black side. So after she played Rook d6 and allowed Rook e8, Bibisara got a little bit of a chance here. And then we look at the move 40. As soon as they reach time control, after d5, this is where Tanjongi made a mistake on the last move. And Bibisara had a chance to play for a win, possibly first time in this game. She could have played Rook f7, King e7, Bishop e5, and then d6. And as you can see, it's at least +1. But she probably didn't evaluate the position correctly and instead just took the repetition and game ended in a draw. Back to you guys.
Almira, what game do you have for us?
Well, I'm fully prepared. So our tournament leader, Alice Lee, held her own today and made a draw against one of the strongest players in the world, Nana Dzagnidzhe. So let's have a look. Nana tried to confuse her very young opponent from the very start with a very unusual opening choice. So d4, knight f6, c4, b6, knight c3, bishop b7, a3 was played by Alice Lee, and the double fianchetto. Nana develops her other bishop on g7, and they entered a very peculiar position, looking like a Grunfeld, but it was not a Grunfeld, of course. Nevertheless, Alice was very confident in the opening phase. Here, I wanted to underline, to highlight that Yasser suggested a very subtle move, bishop b5, and this move could have changed the course of the game. However, Alice decided to play bishop c4 here, and the game continued in a very positional way where both players knew their plans. So e6 is a very important move, bishop a2, knight a5, and black will challenge the center with c5. So bishop b2, c5, rook d1, c takes d4, c takes d4, rook c8, queen d3, and a very important tactical resource b5 was played by Nana Dzagnidzhe. And here, after queen b5, I think there was one of the missed opportunities in this game. So instead of playing bishop b4, she could have played rook c2 and claiming the small advantage and fighting for the initiative. So she played bishop b4, and then Alice forced a few exchanges, traded the dark square bishop, played knight f4, so the queens are off the board, and after knight d5, playing knight d6, so they exchanged the pawns on the queen side, and this game was drawn a few moves later because they found the threefold repetition.
And the last game to go over is Harika Dronavale, who went for a very unique opening choice against Maria Muzichuk, who has been struggling in this tournament. So maybe Harika tried to surprise her, and she definitely did, because I've never seen this move in the game played. But Maria managed to play accurately, and the game ended in a draw. Let's take a look. So here we are in the last remaining game, Harika Dronavale against Maria Muzichuk, which started kind of crazy, extremely unexpected. We had 4 knights, which is nothing crazy. That's a normal opening when we look at this. But now Harika prepared this a4 move, which I've never seen before in this game, in my life actually. I've seen a3 that's been played before, but never a4. But Maria just continued developing. Harika continued with this strange bishop d3. Again, something we don't like to do is to block this pawn so this bishop cannot develop, but she was prepared. And apparently this is the way you play, because this bishop is doing one good thing. It's defending this pawn so the knight can jump into the center. And as we will see, suddenly This bishop finds its position here hidden and ready to support this pawn going forward and still looking at the king side. So Maria here decided to capture the knight, which is what even Yasser said, the best move in the position. But as you can see, Harika here started to attack with knight g5, looking at this h7 square together with the bishop, maybe something with the queen. It was clear that she was trying to push in this game and taking advantage of Maria's start in this tournament, which was 2-0. But Maria was continuing with best moves. And despite Harika trying, here it seemed that Maria actually exchanged enough pieces to start to balance the position. She can claim now draw, right? I think she's checking too. You can see she's checking she's writing down the move. Now she needs to stop the clock, call the arbiter.
Sometimes arbiters are, they're already watching and they know it's a draw. So
and here we go. Draw between Harika Dranavalli and Maria Muzichuk. So despite 4 draws in this round, still a really eventful round, a lot of missed opportunities, a lot of fighting chess. So let's take a look what is ahead for us tomorrow in round 4. Pairings for round 4. Alina Kašlinskaya playing Nido Batsashvili, Hampi Koneru against Bibisara Asoubayeva, Maria Muzichuk against Carissa Yip, Nana Dzagnidze playing Harika Dranavalli, and Tang Zhongyi against Alice Lee, the leader of the event.
Can't wait to see what happens tomorrow.
Me neither, and really interesting games again, especially Tang Zhongyi against Alice Lee. I think that's going to be...
They're giving us a great show.
Thank you everyone for watching, and see you tomorrow.
Thank you, see you soon.